6 of our guys were killed in a bar outside of the quarter.
Hello.
I don't recognize her.
No one saw who.
Do we know you?
Who are you?
You're the sister.
And I've heard about that sister.
May I present our sister? I'd like you all to meet my sister.
Your sister.
She's an old one, isn't she?
So I knew another original vampire.
Know who I am?
Rebecca.
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 Yeah.
Word of warning, she can be quite mean.
Be careful. She'll ruin you.
What the bloody hell? How the hell did I get here?
Rebecca, language, please.
I'm beginning to think your sister's a bit of a bitch. You know, when I first met you, I thought you were a real bitch.
God, I hate that elitist original bitch.
Because you're right, I'm a very fancy bitch.
It's as though she invented the term. Go tend to dinner.
There's no way she could stab 3 grown men.
Leave the blades to the men.
What happened here?
Rebecca's temper's worse than mine.
And I get my temper from my father.
Rebecca happened.
Oh, Rebecca.
It is said that this is a man's world.
Go to hell, Nick.
Hello, lover.
It's just a little blood.
That's a bit sexist.
Be a man about it. But women are more resilient than given credit for.
A woman could easily kill a man. Now, that is no way to treat a pregnant lady with the right motivation. I do hate bad manners.
You have your brother's manners.
And his temper, too. All the bad men have gone away.
You never could stand. Weapons were things not meant for God.
So watch it. Either way, us girls have got to stick together. Us girls have got to stick together. Us girls have got to look out for each other.
Little sister, I should have known. I assume the 6 dead vampires were your doing.
My sweet sister Rebecca has grown quite indifferent to brutality.
They were very rude. What do you think I'm going to do to you if you don't give me what I want?
Was that necessary?
No, but it was fun.
I wouldn't worry about them. It's no secret that you are impulsive, emotional, and at times morally questionable.
You're one of them, aren't you?
Rebecca is an original,
An original.
which means she can't be killed.
You might want to say that with some more respect. You needn't fear Klaus. But I will kill her. I'll kill you myself.
As you can imagine, my sister's just dying to tear her throat out.
It doesn't mean we can't tear him apart. Piece by piece, nerve by nerve, until the pain is so severe that your brain shuts it off to give you one tiny moment of blessed relief. Consider me jealous.
You are creepy.
Thank you.
But then that leaves Rebecca, your tragic sister.
What kind of hell demons are you?
We're a predatory species.
We're vampires, darling. The original vampires.
That is why I don't let myself care. We don't have time to care about humans and their silly little lives. You know he can't hurt me, Damon. What exactly do they think they can do to me?
Aren't you
Men search the world over for a woman like her.
the perfect vampire?
Rebecca may be an original, but she's a girl.
I learned that she's just a girl.
Isn't it obvious?
Well, you can say that, but we both know it's not true.
Maybe we're not as different as everyone's making us out to be.
It's all an act, Stefan.
She loves blindly and recklessly, even if it consumes her.
I mean, it's pathetic.
Don't tell me you like this boy.
I envy that. You and Elena. I envy the love you have.
And what did he do? He gave you 5 seconds of his attention?
How she continues to hand her heart to any man who shows her a hint of affection. You'd think she would have learned by now from the endless cycle of disappointment and deception.
Cheers.
To my sister's uncanny ability to choose men. I was trying to protect you
Don't be so predictable, Rebecca.
from imbeciles and leeches. Not to mention your own poor judgment.
Well, true love continues to elude me.
You whine about not finding love.
You really are a hopeless fool.
I really did believe Alex when he said he loved me.
Oh, she didn't just have a thing.
Emil and I are in love.
Rebecca doesn't do anything half speed, and that includes falling in love. She fell in love with him.
Go right ahead. Laugh at the girl who loved too easily.
You find her weakness and exploit it.
It took me 1,000 years and hundreds of betrayals to realize that love and caring.
Perhaps that was why you did it. For love.
The reason you don't find love
So you're not a good person.
is because you don't deserve it.
Nick, I had no idea.
But you should have.
No, he wouldn't do that to me.
Sorry, Rebecca.
I'm sorry. I really do like you, but this is the deal we made.
You pretended to be interested in me, and then you slept with me.
I happen to be the only woman alive who's commissioned wedding dresses in 5 different centuries. Never made it down the aisle, of course.
Dear. Over 1,000 years as a family, we've all made that mistake at least once.
Perhaps I might temper my rage if Rebecca will admit she was a victim of her own idiocy, that her great love, Marcel, used her to oust this family. Your only family was nearly wiped out because of your stupidity.
We were in love for 2 centuries, and now we're setting fires to avoid each other. All right, what the hell happened?
I've made it several times. Ruined you.
That is what it means to be human, sister. You give humanity too much credit.
I asked
asked you to leave with me. 7 years ago, I asked you.
Come with me.
But you didn't love me as much as you love New Orleans.
You could have come after me.
You were with Klaus.
You always talk of Nick's happiness. Instead, I stayed with you and let you leech every moment of happiness from my life. But for 1,000 years, he has robbed me of any chance of my own. What about me, Elijah?
And you didn't even come back for me.
So you just forgot about me? Am I not a concern for you?
Why should I help you after what you did to Elijah?
We all make sacrifices in the name of this family.
To think I was counting on you being here with me.
My brother expects my loyalty as he has for 1,000 years.
She was blindly loyal to you for 1,000 years, and now...
Well, we all had the chance to choose a side.
You're my family.
I chose the right one. Eventually.
Nowhere to be found.
I'm sorry she turned her back on you. I will never do that.
You stay with me till the storm ends?
We stick together as one.
That is why we stick together as one, always and forever. Always stay with you, Rebecca. No matter what.
Always and forever.
Right, traitor?
Right. And yet when our father found us and chased us from this very city...
I may be old, Elijah, but I'm hardly senile. I've been running for 1,000 years for a reason.
There was a man looking for you.
Have you seen these two?
You both seemed afraid.
You take her far away from here.
I don't want to run anymore, Nick. All we do is run.
We've been running ever since.
Father will come. Nick and I are always moving around. We need to flee. Running.
Rebecca! Come on, we've got to go, sweetheart!
Klaus and Rebecca spent the better part of 1,000 years evading my father.
I lived for centuries looking over my shoulder.
I know very well I stuck with Klaus.
Ready to run at a moment's notice. I might go back to that.
I wouldn't think Klaus would be afraid of anybody.
All his life, there's only ever been one man he has truly feared.
Now you're my sister, which means
Klaus will never stop trying to control you.
I can control Rebecca. You have to do as I say. Admit you wanted me dead.
I wanted you to run. That is all. Despite your delusions.
Elijah lies suffering, and I will allow you to help him. All you have to do is admit it.
You're insane.
Yes! Yes! I am a vicious, heartless monster, and so you summoned Michael to kill me. Admit it.
It's not true.
You know what you did. Admit it.
I didn't.
You wanted me dead! You trusted him. Over me!
Nick, it isn't true.
Admit it. I want to believe you, sister. What did he promise you?
Nothing, Nick, I swear.
But your face tells a different story.
Maybe.
Rebecca! You cannot hide from me, Rebecca!
Where are my players?
I called Michael.
But Rebecca would not call my father.
My father. Actually, I'd like you to find Michael. Our father.
Enough running, children!
You're not then accept some small part of the blame?
So how did you manage to deny Rebecca's happiness this time?
But the more one tells you you can't have something, the more you crave it.
After all, Niklaus, it was your cruelty that led her to do what she did.
I was the one who brought him to New Orleans because of your wickedness.
Did you eviscerate this Stefan fellow like you did Alexander?
I refuse to make you forget her the way Klaus made you forget me.
Or did you simply toss him from a balcony like you unfortunate him?
What did he promise you?
He will kill you in front of my eyes, out of spite.
Tell me, Rebecca!
He did it again and again every time I found someone to care about.
What's worth dying for?
You did it for love.
If not love.
I wanted love and happiness, and you denied me the freedom to have either. Do it!
Last I checked, she was still daggered because you were afraid to face her. Well, he wasn't good enough for you.
I've spent my whole life. No one was ever good enough for me, Nick. You made sure of that.
You've been daggered for 52 years.
Did that hurt?
I loved you through everything, and you don't even care.
Loving and hating my brother with equal measure. Having someone you love drive a dagger through your heart. You missed my heart.
Perhaps I did. Or perhaps I never meant to kill you.
I've made my case. Your family needs you. And what choice you make right now is your own.
It's true, I miss my family, but... We've had 20 lifetimes together, Elijah. Isn't that enough?
Rebecca, we've been together for centuries. That sounds like a goodbye.
I suppose I'm always running away.
Then go.
I guess it is.
Well, sometimes it's good to make a fresh start. Go far away and never come back. We're far too damaged to remain together.
Centuries later, each of us is broken.
Less a family now than a volatile mix of ingredients.
What world will she be safe without us, brother? Who can protect her better than we?
Rebecca may surprise us yet. After all, we all swore the same vow.
There is one person.
Always and forever, Rebecca. That is what we once swore to each other.
Ask me, that vow's been more trouble than it's worth. Hell-bent on protecting a baby I don't care about.
Find that hard to believe.
She has always hated me. You know that's true.
You have no idea, do you?
And yet here you are.
You're here, aren't you?
When all is said and done.
Consider this me calling take-backs.
Oh, you've called take-backs dozens of times over the centuries.
Well, family's overrated.
I mean, why must you always consider our family a burden?
Marcel took our home!
And our home is worthless!
There's nothing more important than the bond of family.
Without family.
You have no idea what she was prepared to do for you.
Stop it! Stop it! I will not let you hurt him anymore.
Your Aunt Rebecca asked me to give you this.
Despite my absence, I do love her very much.
She loves you so much.
You all seem to forget that Elena's death was the only way to save my family. I will stop at nothing to get Cole back, no matter what flesh I'm in.
When our sister sees something that she perceives to be an injustice, she can be stubborn, impetuous, and at times downright dangerous.
I did the same thing that every one of you would have done to protect the people that you love. Nick was my family. If you are after him, if you come after my brother, I will rip you apart. You're after me.
You stand against me?
Stop!
For him?
We'll protect each other, like we always have.
And never was this more apparent than the night she tried to kill our father. She would have done it all to protect you.
Always and forever, Nick. For 1,000 years, we have been honoring a vow to stand together. I guess when you spend 1,000 years with someone, deciding to quit them is like being forced to separate feels like torture. Losing a part of yourself.
You're always leaving.
And I always come back.
In spite of our differences, Rebecca, there is no one I would trust more with my daughter's life.
Because we are capable of doing terrible things. I always hated it when Niklaus did this to me. This is for our mother. But we are also capable of forgiveness.
What is it with you two? You say you hate him, but the way you deal with him, it's so clear.
Because despite everything,
But you still love him?
Niklaus, sometimes our sister acts without thinking.
they're family.
He's my brother.
She's short of temper, she's quick to fall in love, but she loves you.
And you love them.
Even when you hate him. Even when you hate him, you still love him.
And I'm immortal.
Me with my fear of abandonment.
Should I spend an eternity alone instead? Well, where's the sales pitch?
I only offer what you already want.
And how do you presume to know that?
What is it you want, Rebecca?
It's just that she reminds me so much of my departed wife as a girl.
Same things that I have wanted since I was a child.
We plan to marry.
I want love.
Love.
I want someone to love me.
Possibility of anything happening.
What of you? You would have loved it.
And why is that? I want a family.
Have a family.
I want a family of my own.
Do you still desire a family of your own?
Because as much as we both hate to admit it, I love my sister, but she lacks fortune when it comes to men.
You are my sister, and whatever our quarrels, we are bound by blood.
I know that I'm your favorite sibling, and of course, I adore you.
They come and go for her, but I am the constant.
I love him.
I'm gonna give you some advice that took me way too long to learn.
She's my family.
Family is sacred, but so is love. You will always be my brother, and I will never stop loving you.
We promised You'll always be my sister, Dahlia.
Now it's time for me to live and die the way that I choose. I want to have children and grow old.
You know, I've always wanted children of my own.
I wanted children and a family.
I wish for children of my own.
She's made me realize how much I want that child of my own, and I know I can't have.
We care about those things.
I have once again built to take life, but I'll never have that. Robbed of the chance to create it. I know what it's like to have your life stripped away from you because of other people's bad decisions.
Drink!
How do you think I became a vampire? That's why I'm so great at being a vampire myself. You chose this. But I didn't have a choice.
Drink!
Vampirism was a form of protection? What else would it be? We are cursed. We are the definition of curse.
A curse?
I'm cursed, and being a vampire is miserable. I'm angry. I would give anything to be human.
How do you know that being human is the answer you're looking for? I mean, it's nothing but a romantic notion.
The ability to choose my own fate.
So you can have what you want, you can be who you want.
One chance to have everything I want.
I'd be giving up everything I've ever known for a memory of something I once was.
Oh, the cure was a fool's errand. I mean, taking it would have stripped you of everything that you are. For what? That you know precisely what you are giving up here.
Power for weakness, strength for frailty, eternal life for a brief human existence.
More high school proms?
I wanted to be human.
Willing to risk everything on the chance that she might one day find happiness.
I've seen you yearn for that life.
And what about you, sister?
For love.
Where's your happiness?
You're the one who wants to be human again.
I've asked Caroline to get you the cure.
Now you can be who you want to be.
What do you want?
I just want to be free.
If this is what you truly want.
In a handful of decades, when it's time, you can go to Mystic Falls and get it. Then if you no longer wish to be a vampire.
Either a vampire or a witch.
Everyone deserves a second chance, right? It's yours.
You have a choice.
The choice is simple.
It's your choice.
The choice is yours.
You know, happiness is a choice you're incapable of accepting.
For centuries, my only place was by your side. Thank you for not abandoning me.
But I realize now that after 1,000 years together as a family, you're the only one who never left me. What's her name?
Hope. And now I belong beside my daughter. I never should have got in the way of your happiness, Rebecca. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I suppose you deserve to find your place in the world as well.
Go. Be free, Rebecca.
You are free.
I'm finally free.
Be happy, my sister. Be happy. Perhaps I want my sister to finally know happiness.
I think our sister deserves a shot at happiness.
I've lived as a vampire for over 1,000 years. I've experienced everything the world has to offer.
See, unlike the two of you, she always did cling to her humanity.
You're right. I do care. I want stupid koala corsages and a prom. I want to have kids with someone who loves me enough to stand outside my window with a stupid boombox. I want that. A life with context. I want to be human.
I told you when I was a child I was gonna marry you one day, right after our first duel, remember?
I'm gonna marry you someday.
I love you, Rebecca. I always have and I always will.
I said I would never marry a man who couldn't best me. I would never marry someone who couldn't best me in a duel.
I want us side by side.
But you are my only child, capable of unfettered joy.
In love all my life. Will you marry me?
And you're happiest amongst humans.
I hope you get to live the life you've always wanted to live.
The best rule of truly living.
But at the end of the day, you just have to take a leap.
I am finally free, and I don't want to waste a second.
You're the thing you're most afraid of.
You're the one that was foolish enough to marry me.
I would very much like to be your wife. Happiness is a choice. There's a cure at Mystic Falls with my name on it.
What are you waiting for?
I'm going to take it. Die a brittle lady with spots on my hands and clouds in my eyes. I can grow old and have a family and fill my days with meaning, knowing that each one matters.
And die as you wish.
I'm going to lead a human life.
I want to live a simple life as a normal person, and when it ends, it ends.
You know, I've never much thought about dying. One of the perks of being immortal, I guess. What an odd thing it is to be here one minute and gone the next.